Hello and welcome to yet another powerful sector analysis in our TechnoFunda YouTube channel. And today we are going to discuss power sector, which has been going crazy in these days. And we are also going to discuss the deep dive in terms of a subsector which has created crazy multi-bagger. So just to give you an idea of what all stocks in this sector have done in last 1 or 2 years, so that you can understand the importance of this sector, and we'll go deep dive fundamentally and technically into this. So you can just check it out, couple of stocks here. Apar Industry in this particular sector, from 852 it is 8,500. We have companies like Transformers and Rectifiers India Limited, which is 44 to almost 700 rupees right now. Hitachi Energy, which has been almost like from 3,800 rupees to almost 1,200 rupees, and GTND, if you see, it is almost from 140 rupees to 1400 rupees. So a lot of these stocks in this sector have been growing like crazy, and we are going to deep dive and understand why this is happening, what is happening in this sector, what are the fundamental triggers, what are the technical triggers, and we'll try to dissect this entire sector in much powerful way. So if you are all ready for this, just type ready in the comment box and let's begin this session. Awesome. So let's talk about first the power sector value chain. What does power sector stand for, and how does the power get generated? So if you are watching this on your mobile phone or your laptop or your TV, there is power coming in this device. Now, how does power reach to us? So the first starting point is the power plant generation unit, which is probably a coal-based power plant where the coal is getting burned and it is converted into electricity, or it could be renewable energy like solar energy or wind energy. That is the first step. So generation of the power is the first step. Now power generation happens far off the places. How to get that into our house, and what is the process around it? And that is where we have something called as transmission and distribution. So you might have seen such big towers where the power is actually getting transported. These are like highways of power, and that is how it gets transmitted. And finally, it needs to be distributed to the end user. So in our house, whatever electricity comes in, that comes through this distribution which is happening of this power. Now, having said that, it is not so easy that you just connect with cables and from generation point it comes to the distribution point. There is an entire magic that is happening in between, and that is where transformers actually come into play. They are really transformers of power, as the name suggests. Not the transformer of the movie, but these are real transformers which are there. So let's deep dive. Let's understand what all things are happening in the backdrop and how this sector is performing. Before going forward, I'll just like to share my SEBI disclaimer. And also, this entire presentation needs to be treated for just learning concepts. Don't just go and buy these stocks tomorrow. Just do your own analysis and take risk accordingly and take your own decision around it. Now let's first understand what are the transformers. Okay, so these are what plays a very critical role in transforming the electricity from generation to distribution in the most optimal way. It's like, there is an entire road which is there, and there is a traffic that needs to be managed, and you are coordinating the traffic like a traffic police so that all the roads are efficiently used. That is what transformer in essence do. Okay, so the demand for transformers actually is increasing, and that has been seen for many months now. What is the reason of this transformer demand to increase? We'll try to learn that. We'll also try to learn like what is the role of transformer in this entire value chain of electricity generation and power generation. So this is how it looks like. First we discuss about the power which is getting generated. Okay, so the power generation happens in the power plant. So if you see the left side of your screen, you will see the power generation, that is the power plant which I showed. Now the power gets generated, say, at 12,000 volts. Okay, now 12,000 volts is like really crazy kind of voltage which is there. Now even to transfer transfer the power from one place to another, if you do it at such a voltage, there will be still loss. It's like a friction. If you move a car very, very, in a friction highway, there is a lot of friction, a lot of gadda, then there will be a lot of loss of the energy. So what it needs to be done, there is a concept called step up transformer, which converts that voltage into even higher voltage, 24,000, 2,40,000 kind of voltage, okay? And then that high voltage gets transformed across those cables which you see, okay? So these cables which I show you, the transmission lines, these are very, very high voltage, cables which are there. And it's so much high that it can create havoc if there is any leakage of the power, okay? Then you need a transformer which steps it down. Now why do we need to step it down? Because if you have a local colony and that kind of power comes in, it's like really dangerous. So you need to step it down, say at 7,200 volts, and then in your house, whatever all these computer, laptop, TV which we use, that runs at 240 volts. So you need to step it down further. So there is a local small transformer, and there is a substation which is converting the high voltage transmission to a lower transmission. So that is the entire game about transformers. I will learn about specific types of transformers and where the demand is, because ultimately all of you want to make money out of these insights, and we'll learn three things which are actually contributing to this surge in demand. By the way, the demand is so high that it's like multi-decade rise that has happened, okay? So you don't need to ignore this sector, you need to focus on this sector in a much powerful way. And I believe, again, it is my personal view that we are just getting started, okay? So because a lot of manufacturing, urbanization, you might have seen, newer and newer buildings getting constructed and newer infrastructure getting created, there is a lot of new demand of power that has started, okay, which is like growing at 6 to 7%. Now you might say, Vivek, but that is like not too high, it is okay, it is growing like GDP, but tell me more, what is more that is driving this demand? Now the second thing which is driving this demand is coming from green energy, okay? Now green energy, if you are taking power from wind energy, or you are taking power from solar energy, it is not available throughout the entire day, okay? Like solar energy is also available only certain time of the day, and again it is fluctuating. Again wind energy, it is fluctuating. So there is a specific need of the grids, and it is becoming more and more complex, and you need a slightly specific type of transformers, and you cannot use all the old transformers which are there in the efficient way. So when we are transitioning towards green energy, it's a very big trigger that is driving the demand of these kind of transformers, which needs to be used in the green energy side of the things also. By the way, I did a video on green energy. If you have not watched it, just type Vivek Mashrani green energy or renewable energy. You will find a detailed video on this. This I did almost 2 years back, and a lot of stocks in that sector have moved almost 2, 3, 5, 10x, 15x from that date of video as well, right? But still this sector is very powerful. In future we might see more and more power coming from green energy, renewable sources. So you need to pay attention to it. Even if you are not watched yet, you should definitely watch it, okay? So please watch it whenever you get time. And third very powerful thing is the data centers, okay? So today's time and age, you might have seen a lot of AI related stuff is going on. A lot of data centers are required to manage these AI, okay? And that consumes hell lot of electricity, and we are just getting started. In fact, Elon Musk said that the power demand will go crazy beyond 2025, 2026, and one of the major contributor will be demand from these emerging technologies like EVs and AI. By the way, if you want to have this PPT as a backup and you want to learn more, I'll share this PPT with all of you so that you can revise it later. So I'll give this PPT on this particular link. So you can go to technofunda.co/transformers, and you should be able to grab this link. I've also shared in the description below, and also I have shared in the comment section. You can go and check it out. Okay, so this is how the transformer demand is picking up. Three reasons which are majorly contributing to the power demand. Now, to actually conquer this demand from the power sector, there is a lot of capex that is happening. Okay, capex is a new capacity addition. Okay, so there is a lot of new capacity addition happening in this sector, and particularly renewable side of the capex is very, very high. So if you see the green part which is there, that is the renewable capacity which is coming up, and there is one more thing which is emerging, which is green hydrogen related capex. And the line which you see, that is your T&D, transmission and distribution capex. So to give you a context about it, the new capex which is happening in next 3 to 4 years is worth 2.4 trillion rupees. Okay, and we are also targeting 500 gigawatts from green energy. So if this kind of green energy focus is there, and if we are rising there, naturally the amount of transmission lines and the distribution lines which we need to put up needs to go up, and that is where, if you see, the capex is also simultaneously going up. Now let's go about the demand supply of the things. Okay, so if you see the demand wise, the total addressable market size of the transformers is close to 15% of this entire capex which is going on. Okay, so the entire capex, whatever they are doing in the power sector, 15% is the transformer beneficiary. Now this is just one angle of where things are going. Okay, the another angle is the export. So one more thing that is happening is these days there is a lot of demand from US, particularly North America, and a lot of European nations. And we are actually exporting transformers in a lot of these countries. And that has been one more major trigger because of which the growth in this sector is also going to go crazy, right? So the United States itself is planning 1.2 trillion USD on infra. Okay, and Europe is planning to spend euro 584 billion for the grid expansion and stability, because Europe, a lot of their grids have gone old, and there is a lot of demand which is like unprecedented. I've heard that a lot of people say that there is big waiting list when it comes to delivery of these transformer in United States and Europe. Now, because of that, what has happened is the pot has increased. The total market size which these players can address has been growing very, very aggressively. So in domestic market, the growth is 18% estimated, but because of this export, the growth in this entire addressable market size is expected to grow at 42% CAGR. Okay, and we'll discuss some of the players and the numbers and the charts. You will understand how crazy this is getting into. But let's talk about some of the players which are part of this. Okay, so the market is actually divided into two parts. One is called power transformers. Okay, power transformers are basically the one which are carrying high voltage, about 220 kilowatts. And the distribution transformers, as we understood, that ultimately it needs to distribute to our house, and our all appliances are low voltage appliances. So how to go about that? That is called distribution transformers, who distribute the power at the last mile. Now, coming to India's transformer industry, it is very, very old industry. 5 decades over we have been here, and overall capacity is around 400 GVA, which is growing steadily in this. But the problem is it's a crowded market. Anybody can make a distribution transformer, because it's not a rocket science. The problem is high-end power transformers. Okay, so your focus area, if you want to research this sector and find some opportunities, should be on high-end power segment. And here there are only limited players, who are able to have that capabilities and know-how of creating world-class transformers. The players include Siemens, GT&D, Hitachi Energy, Trill, BAIL, Bharat Bijli, CG Power, Voltem, TBEA, Toshiba, and so many of such players. So the demand has actually gone exponentially higher for this category of transformers, and because of this, lot of these players manufacturing high-end power transformers have also gone crazy. And let me show you some examples of these are again like case studies. Don't treat it like a stock recommendation, but here we go. Okay, I'll just share my screen so that all of you can see it, and here we go. Okay, so if you see companies like GE, okay, first let's understand technically what has happened. So if you see, there was a price volume breakout. Okay, so there was a nice base formation that happened. The volume increases and the price started increasing. So in month of April 2023, from 147 rupees, there was a one-way uptrend and the trend is intact, and we use a lot of these indicators like Shaktiman to ride it. So if you see, it has never turned red. It should turn red like this if the exit needs to trigger, but it has like gone one way in terms of giving us idea about the trend, how it is trending. If you go to Hitachi Energy, the breakout majorly happened slightly late in November 2023, and from 4,500 rupees it is all the way going to almost 12,500. I'm holding this in my personal portfolio as we speak. Again, I might buy or sell at any point of time without any notice, so please do your due diligence. Trill, again, it gave a breakout multiple times, and a very powerful pattern which we call base on base. So there is a base, then again the base comes in, then again there is a base, again there is a base, and again there is a base. So it's like a step function. You walk some distance, you climb the mountain, again take some rest, you climb the mountain, again take some rest. Apar Industry again has been in a very, very strong uptrend. So it gave a very powerful price volume breakout over here, and then from almost 850 rupees till 8,400 rupees, it has given one way, kind of ride. It has not given major exit anywhere else, and you can even ride this on a monthly time frame. So this is how you can do. If you see Voltemp also same scenario. It gave a multiple breakouts. So one breakout was here, which was, let me draw the line. So one of the breakout was over here. Then again it formed a base, again it gave a price volume breakout, and the follow-up moves. So this from 2,100 rupees, it has gone to almost 10,000 rupees. Okay. And if you want to do analysis of the numbers also, you can go to either Screener or Tijori, and you can check out like what all things are happening. So if you see Apar Industries, and if you want to see how the profits are growing, you can actually just check over here. Okay, so just to give you a context, Apar Industry in 2021 was making net profit of 160 crores. Fast forward in next 3 years, it is making a profit of 800 crores, which is 5 times more profit than what it was making in 2021. So in 3 to 4 years, the profit is not doubling, not tripling, it is becoming almost 5x. Okay, so you need to remember that whenever there is a growth, there is money. Okay, and if you want to understand more on the investing process, how to take these kind of buying decisions, adding decisions, selling decisions, I also shared a exclusive link below this video where you can learn for free how to actually think about growth, how to think about building a system around it, and how to find ideas based on price volume action. So if you want to learn this end-to-end process, check out the link in the description, check out the link in the comment section, and you will be able to learn. And by the way, if you have not downloaded the entire PPT which I have shared with all of you, you can go to this link, technofunda.co/transformers, and you can download this entire presentation. Now let's move forward. The story has just begun, and there are a lot of elements which I want to share before we end this session. So apart from this, by the way, there are a lot of other sectors we have analyzed in the YouTube channel of ours. So just in case you have missed, we have analyzed the entire railway sector inside our channel as well. So you can just type railways Vivek Mashrani, almost 2.5 years back. We did a detailed deep dive, just like how we are doing for transformer right now. We also analyzed defense sector. We went deep and understood what are the triggers, what is the PLI scheme going on, where the focus of government is there. And of course, we did a sector analysis on renewables. So you can just type defense Vivek Mashrani, railways Vivek Mashrani, or renewables Vivek Mashrani. You should be able to find a lot of these videos which we did in the past. Okay. Now, just as a disclaimer, it is a SEBI requirement. We had recommended, one of the idea called Voltame transformer in December 2023. This was at 5729 when we recommended. Right now it is more than 10,700 rupees. So it has almost doubled from where we recommended in last 6 months. Another recommendation which we made is in March itself, which was on Trill. Within 3 months, it has almost like doubled, just as a disclaimer. And I also want to give a disclaimer on others two stocks which I am holding. So Apar Industry and Hitachi Energy, I'm holding in my personal portfolio. So just keep it as a disclaimer. Now, what is happening here is, the operating margins of this industry have not yet peaked up. So that means that there is some room in terms of margin expansion, which means if things play out right, this cylinder or this parameter can also fire for this entire sector. So keep an eye on this. And apart from this, there is a lot of capacity expansion going into multiple players. This is again based on latest data we could find. Again, thanks to Noama Research, this is the source we have taken from. I'm acknowledging that full source, because of which you are able to get some of these data points. But these points can change from time to time, so please keep track of these companies. And also, the order book of these companies have gone crazy. So just to give you a context, compared to the revenue which they have, the kind of order book that is unfolding, this is like massive. Okay, so please make sure that you analyze this sector. Just because it has moved 4, 5, 7x doesn't mean that it cannot go further up. Okay, so it can still go up. Again, you need to do your homework, but I'm sharing this PPT with all of you. Please make sure you go and do your homework, understand this sector in a better way, see where the demand is coming, where there is a good order book, and where is good opportunity to invest in this sector if at all you like the entire thing. So that's it from my end. Hope you liked this entire presentation. If you're not checked out my books, I've done 2 books, bestseller on Amazon. One is You Can Compound on investing, and second is Action, which is on personal finance. I hope you will enjoy reading both of these books. These are available on Amazon. And that's it from my end. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope this was useful. Hope you were able to get the connecting dots, and hope you were able to enjoy the entire content and all the different things which we discuss. Apart from this, if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, feel free to connect with me so that you can learn more of these sector analysis inside this YouTube channel. That's it from my end. Thank you so much and keep compounding. Cheers.